Hello everyone, my name is UltimoFive, and today we are going over the Tenet Flux Rifle, the ray gun. The Tenet Flux Rifle is the Tenet version of the Flux Rifle, and is obtained by either vanquishing a sister of Parvos, or trading from a player's sister that they already conquered. Has a max rank of 40, and in order to obtain this level, the player must form the weapon at least 5 times. Due to this feature, the player gains a total of 4,000 mastery points rather than 3,000. However, the builds in this guide require 3 forma normally and 4 forma for all galvanized modifications. And the weapon excels in short to long range combat, dealing with slightly high leveled enemies of all factions and small to medium crowds. With this weapon, the player gets an option of having a bonus Tenet element, which caps at 60% based off the progenitor Warframe you choose to spawn the Sister of Parvos. My recommended Tenet element would be Toxin. The Tenet Flux Rifle had some buffs when compared to the original Flux Rifle. These stats would be higher critical chance, higher status chance, a higher fire rate, a larger magazine capacity, the weapon is more accurate, and a lower critical multiplier. Advantages for the weapon would be that it has a high critical chance, a high status chance, pinpoint accuracy, a very fast fire rate, a large magazine capacity, and a large ammo reserve. Disadvantages, however, for the weapon would be that it has a below average critical multiplier. The elements for the Tenet Flux Rifle against the Corpus will be Toxin or Viral. Toxin deals 50% base damage per second over 6 seconds and stacks indefinitely with each instance having its own timer. The build's flex slot is Prime Shredder Flux Overdrive and works pretty good. Toxin bypasses shields, which makes it extremely good in any fight against a human Corpus. However, robotic enemies are a bit slower and can take a bit longer for the Toxin procs to do their job. So with Viral, the weapon is on equal playing ground against the 2 types of enemies, except that you then have to deal with shields. The element for the Tenet Flux Rifle against a corrupted Grineer will be Viral. Viral amplifies health damage by 100% for 6 seconds and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 325%. The build's flex slot is Prime Shredder Flux Overdrive and works fantastic. Against a corrupted Grineer, the Tenet Flux Rifle works the best. This is due to the weapon's high slash damage mixed with Viral procs and the immense additive of status chance through Flux Overdrive that just eats past their armor for easy kills. The elements for the Tenet Flux Rifle against the Infested would be Viral or Gas. Gas deals 50% base damage per second for 6 seconds in a 3 meter radius and stacks up to 10 times for a total of 6 meters. The build's flex slot is Prime Shredder Flux Overdrive and works alright. The weapon works better if you try and aim for the Infested weak points, but even then it isn't as good as going against a corrupted Grineer. This isn't the same case with galvanized mods though, because with them attached the weapon performs significantly better and can easily deal with a squad in a magazine or 2. Split chamber and rifle aptitude in place of their galvanized counterparts if you don't have them. Galvanized scope in place of critical delay if you have access to the mod through arbitration and want to take the weapon's critical stats to the next level. However, this modification will cost an extra forma. Vigilante supplies in place of having no Exilis mod. This will cost an additional forma, but is mainly recommended for the extra 5% chance of having enhanced critical hits and occasionally can help with ammo reserves. Shred in place of Prime Shred if you don't have it. Primed Bane mods in place of Flux Overdrive if you don't have it. If you don't like using faction mods, then the next best mods instead would be Heavy Caliber or Bladed rounds. And Point Strike in place of Critical Delay if you don't have it. There are several ways to enhance critical stats and damage for this weapon. For instance, for damage, Rhino's Roar, Nova's Molecular Prime, which makes all sources of damage increase by 100% against primed enemies, Mirage's Eclipse mixed with her Hall of Mirrors has a massive damage bonus during the day or in light, Saren's Toxic Lash mixed with their Spores abilities, Equinox's Rest and Rage in day form makes targets more vulnerable to damage, Banshee's Sonar gives a huge damage multiplier, and Chroma's Vex Armor when health gets damaged increases weapon damage. For critical stats, Harl's Covenant can add up to 50% critical chance and 200% on headshots. Volt's Electric Shield when shot through adds a 200% critical damage multiplier, Zephyr's passive increases critical chance by 150% while airborne, the Adarza Kavat with Cat's Eye can give a 60% critical chance boost, and Smita Kavat with Charm can give a 200% crit chance. Arcane Rage. Upon getting a headshot, 15% chance for 180% damage of primary weapons for 24 seconds. Arcane Avenger. Upon being damaged, 21% chance for 45% critical chance for 12 seconds. Arcane Primary Charger. On melee kill, 30% chance for 300% damage of primary weapons for 12 seconds. Arcane Arachne, on wall latch 150% damage for 30 seconds. In primary deadhead, on kill 120% damage for 24 seconds, which stacks up to 4 times and comes with 30% headshot multiplier and negative 50% weapon recoil. This arcane I would say is more beneficial to the Tenet Flux Rifle by increasing its headshot multiplier. However, primary merciless is better solely against the infested due to the increased difficulty of landing headshots. When you get your hands on a Riven for this weapon, the flex out to replace will be what was previously discussed before. This can require one more format, and in order to maximize damage output with the Tenet Flux Rifle, one will need to get lucky and get some nice stats. These ideal stats would be damage, critical chance, critical damage, and negative zoom or weapon recoil. If one does have a Riven with critical chance, then replace critical delay with galvanized scope for near guaranteed critical hits. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more guides on Warframe, please click the like and sub buttons and let me know. And as per usual, I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.